Larry Garrison, a best U.S. TV maker, says he was sent a video after the 9/11 assaults that demonstrates a Journey rocket hitting the Pentagon. As indicated by Garrison, when he passed duplicates of the video on to news associations, they declined to communicate the recording and cautioned him to stop endeavoring to make it released. Shoestring 9/11 reports, while a couple of recordings demonstrating the assault on the Pentagon have been discharged in the years since Garrison got this recording, they have all the earmarks of being diverse to what Garrison was sent. Besides, none of them have been of adequate quality to decide definitively what hit the Pentagon on September 11. The kind of airship associated with the assault has in this manner remained a subject of debate. In the event that Garrison's record is exact, however, and the video Garrison was sent was real, the suggestions could be tremendous. In the event that the Pentagon was hit by an option that is other than a Boeing 757, the sort of airship that, as per the official story of 9/11, collided with it, this video could uncover that general society has been genuinely cheated. Also, if the recording was made open, its discharge could prompt a total reassessment of the 9/11 attacks. The Pentagon was supposedly hit by a hijacked 757. The Pentagon was hit at 9:37 a.m. on September 11 by American Airlines Flight 77, a Boeing 757-200, as indicated by the official record of 9/11. A sum of 189 individuals kicked the bucket in the assault, 64 of them on the plane and 125 working at the Pentagon. While this record appears to be very clear and was acknowledged as valid in the 9/11 Commission report, Garrison got a video that demonstrated it was false and an option that is other than Flight 77 had collided with the Pentagon on September 11. This plane had taken off from Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C., at 8:20 a.m. that morning, destined for Los Angeles. However, at 8:51 a.m., the pilots spoke with air activity controllers for the last time, and in the following couple of minutes, it is trusted, the plane was commandeered. The 5 affirmed criminals were from Saudi Arabia, and the ruffian who professedly assumed control over the plane's controls was a 29-year-old called Hani Hanger. After beforehand traveling west, at 8:54 a.m. Flight 77 veered off its doled-out course, finished the Ohio-Kentucky outskirt and flew south. After 2 minutes, radar contact with it was lost. Minutes from that point onward, it turned eastbound. At that point, at 9:34 a.m., as it moved toward Washington, the plane started a 330-degree turn and plunged toward the central station of the Department of Defense. After 3 minutes, it collided with the west mass of the Pentagon at the primary floor level, at roughly 530 miles for each hour. Storybroker was told about a video that showed a missile flying into the Pentagon. Larry Garrison, leader of Silver Creek Entertainment in Los Angeles, is what is known as a story intermediary. Story intermediaries put themselves as mediators between the supply of human dramatization and the interest for it, so news associations need to work with them, as per the New York Observer. Battalion gets paid to convey newspaper stories to TV news programs, The Atlantic detailed. He is the ruler of his profession, as per various sources at the ABC arrange. He has many years of involvement in the media business, and has delivered and facilitated significant news stories for ABC News, CBS News, Fox News, NBC News, and other real media associations. In his journal, The Newsbreaker, Garrison reviewed that a couple of months after 9/11, he got an inquisitive email from somebody who alluded to himself by the nom de plume. Battalion was at first suspicious about Carl, accepting he was only a hoaxer endeavoring to take advantage of the disastrous occasions of September 11. Notwithstanding, Garrison expressed, when he disclosed to me he had a video of a rocket flying into the Pentagon, not a traveler stream, I tuned in. Carl expressed that he might want to meet Garrison and demonstrate to him the video. He included, nonetheless, that the FBI was attempting to prevent him from indicating it to anybody. In spite of the fact that Carl's claim was phenomenal, Garrison felt this man was reliable. Generally, my 20 or more years of experience causes me get rid of the fakes. This person sounded genuine, he has remarked. He clearly chatted with Carl on the telephone in the wake of getting the email and could feel the feeling of earnestness in his voice, and the truthfulness. In the wake of examining the assault on the Pentagon and taking note of different peculiarities that had been featured by analysts on the internet, Garrison needed to get hold of the video that Carl said he had. In spite of the fact that he was not able to induce Carl to get together face-to-face, Carl did email him a duplicate of the video. It ended up being crushing. In spite of the fact that the recording was less clear than the story merchant would have preferred, Garrison reviewed, it exited no uncertainty at all that what hit the Pentagon on September 11 was at a 757. While the nature of the picture made it difficult to decide for beyond any doubt what collided with the Pentagon, the question in the video resembled a little airplane or a journey rocket. Upon thought, Garrison chose it was more probable a rocket, since he felt there had been more prominent harm to the strengthened dividers of the Pentagon than a little plane could have caused. He finished up, when I take a gander at a portion of the news chronicles and contrast the harm with the Pentagon to other solid structures that have been hit with a journey rocket, I have no doubt as far as I can tell that an option that is other than a 757 hit the Pentagon on 9/11. News organizations refused to broadcast the footage. Battalion at first felt sure that once he passed on this surprising video to the news systems, what it demonstrated would turn into a noteworthy story and the media machine would then assemble the greater part of its assets to find, or reveal, what truly happened. He soon found that his presumption wasn't right. Subsequent to accepting the video from Carl, he reached 2 or 3 noteworthy news associations. When he disclosed to them what he had, the general population he conversed with answered excitedly, "Goodness, my God! Get that tape here immediately." He sent them duplicates of the video and after that sat tight for 2 or 3 days, hoping to see the recording showing up and being examined on the news. Rather, in any case, the general population at the news associations got back to him and cautioned him to surrender his endeavors to get the video discharged to people in general. He was told, "Larry, you have to hear me out on this. The video never existed. You never observed it. This could cause some genuine inconvenience in the event that you seek after it any further." Battalion had at first been resolved to enable the general population to comprehend what had occurred on September 11. Upon the arrival of the psychological militant assaults, he reviewed, "The one thing I knew was that I would discover answers sooner than most and I felt committed to ensure that, the public, knew all that I knew." But what he was presently being told and the way in which it was said driven him to have a difference in heart. "I hung up the telephone realizing that I could be putting my family and myself in danger on the off chance that I endeavored to push the issue, and I knew there was no real way to ensure myself," he composed. In this manner, he included, "I upheld off,